So good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to change a bit the topic. We talked about fintech, insurtech. We are moving to Martech, which is marketing technology, with a focus on B2B companies. And I will have a guest coming also to talk about one precise topic. Just to introduce myself so you know a bit of my background. I come from the agency side. I've been working in B2B marketing for over 10 years. Currently, I manage the Lausanne-based agency Botte, which is a B2B marketing agency where we work on customer acquisition, digital brand, and content for customers. And more recently, I've finished a project, which is a book, which is called the B2 Bible. The B2 Bible has been like a one-year project where I've been interviewing 150 Swiss companies in B2B to understand a bit more about their current challenges and their current practices in marketing and in sales, and to understand what are the shifts, are we doing what's done internationally as well, or where are our current challenges. And now we talk about Martech, which is a huge topic, and it's already a long day, it's already a lot of talks, so I will be very short. I just want to show you a broad overview of Martech, what it means for B2B, and I will give you one key resources where you can go, so you don't feel like you're missing out of the 200 tools coming out every day in the Martech industry. In B2B, we have many areas where we could need Martech, but again, it's only about tools and data, and we would know if tools would solve our truly growth issues. If that looks overwhelming, this is the Martech map. It's about 14,000 tools. So someone is trying here on the internet every year to list and to stay up to date with all the tools. So you hear every day about new tools, about AI, about what's happening. I think you can just relax, and maybe once or twice a year or more, if you have some time to waste, you can simply go on that website and you will have a look like at the very broad categories of Martech, and you will see what's coming, what's hot, what's simply gadget, because let's be honest, the Martech industry is growing like crazy. It's like a huge market, and what's tough is that it's marketers who are building products, so then they market also very heavily, so you don't even know what to think at the end of the day if it's really going to solve your problem or not. And we would know today, especially in B2B, if there was some magical solution, if customers would really easily be acquired, if tools would do all the hard work for us, and if tools were able to trick people like big companies to become your customer, that we would probably all know. But there are some very interesting tools today. On all aspects, AI is coming into all the areas that were mentioned before. But I won't talk about the 14,000 tools today. I just want to have a short focus on one key concept for B2B, which is very different from the B2C side. And it's account-based marketing, and for that I will have Olivier from ELCA who's coming. We've met during the B2 Bible project, where I was interviewing ELCA as well. And he has some extensive experience in the tech sector, also in London, international experience. And I think the account-based marketing was one discussion we had, and it's an interesting, different concept specific to B2B for you.
Thank you, Dany, for the introduction. And yes, I mean, I think account-based marketing, it's actually a pretty good example to illustrate that you have so many technology available to touch your account. But then, what matters first, it's your strategy. So just first, I mean, what is ABM? So ABM stands for account-based marketing, which is basically a custom program that you will dedicate only to one account or to a series of accounts. Basically, which are the ones the most strategic you want to reach, and then you will develop a marketing program just for them. And I mean, yes, if we look at the slide before, there's so many tech. But before you choose the right technology, what's really matters is to understand which account you want to target, which is the persona you want to reach within your account. Do you want to reach all the IT person, all the C-level, all the marketing function? And once you know that, do you have a message in mind? Do you have a value prop? So once you know those three key elements, then you can use so many technology. And then I would just mention two, which I believe are quite powerful with the right message. If you think, for instance, of a one-to-few campaign, so you want to target, for instance, the 10 biggest pharmaceutical companies in Switzerland, you want to reach the marketing audience. So, for instance, the VP and the CMO. You end up with maybe 100 contacts in your list. Then you can run some digital advertising only to those 100. So reaching very much like a very, very segmented account. Alternatively, you can also create some customized websites or landing zone only for an account. So if you want to try to acquire that new account, everyone from this account can land to one website. They wouldn't know that, but they would have landed to somewhere which is specifically designed for them. I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time, but what I just wanted to say is ABM is part of a growth strategy for a tech company. And it's really here to target your most exclusive strategic clients. And it requires definitely a lot of segmentation and creativity. Thank you.
I think ABM is one topic where we go from a massive campaign, like the same campaign for all the customers, to very like sniper-focused campaign where we build like a whole creative, a whole messaging for very specific accounts, maybe 10 companies that we target. And B2B companies can do that to increase efficiency. And since they're working on such larger deals, they can afford to invest so much time on very little people. Now, if we talk quickly about growth, and I want to start just with some data. So this is some world data on B2B and sales, what's happening across different sectors. And what's said about 2024 is that the general trend is that the markets are just more under pressure and they are a bit tougher. It's longer to make sales. The contract value and the deals are shorter, are smaller, and it takes more time to sign. So basically, it's just the global economy, maybe with a bit of the recession, but that is what's happening globally on the sales side. In digital marketing, especially for B2B, many people on the international scene are saying, and many different companies claim that we're a bit in the middle of a digital marketing effectiveness crisis. So if I can explain you that. It's about a gumball machine. We've been used that when digital marketing arrived, before that we couldn't measure a lot of marketing, we didn't know what to expect. And then digital marketing came, and we could put some money in, and we could get some leads out of the campaign. Which usually happened that you were buying some traffic or some exposure, with some digital campaigns. People would happen to arrive on your website for some reasons. You would find a reason for them to give you their email address, which you've probably done like through forms. And then these people were sent some content, sequence of content, to warm up until they would be ready to become a lead for the sales team. And this, in B2B, in some companies, it has really taken too much space. It's really become like an old playbook that has been overused. And to the point that users now, they know you want their email address. But they also want to stay anonymous, and they know like how it's going to happen, that if you give your email, you're going to get a lot of emails that you probably don't want. Maybe some people are going to reach out to you, and you don't want this. And we used to go from a world where we didn't measure anything to a world where we pushed it maybe too far, and we started to measure too many things. And CMOs were expected to deliver more and more leads in a very aggressive manner, which is not very realistic if we take the B2B where the sales cycle are long. People need to be educated, people need to feel trust. And this way of pushing people has really like make it so that now it's even way less effective in some cases, of course, to push people for the forms. And what we see as a trend is the company that were the first to claim that you needed to measure everything, that everything you needed to add forums and you needed to have direct conversions. Now these people, they're doing the opposite. They're going backwards, saying, we're not going to optimize for conversion and for form filling. We're going to optimize more to invest for the long term. And this is probably even some common sense, to invest in the brand, in the thought leadership, in the customer experience. And we're going to play the long game, like probably the B2B, what people in B2B need. And we will stop over-abusing, over-trying to converting, because in B2B you cannot shake people and have the demand. Deals take time. If you work in B2B, clients take time to be acquired, and so on. If I give you two examples in B2B that are very interesting into how some companies have turned their marketing from ads and promotion to something much more indirect, which builds a lot more value on the market. I can talk about EMS, maybe, that you know here. So it's a company specialized in machines for dentistry. So their core business is selling machines. And now, instead of promoting machines, they've built a whole line of education throughout the world. Like they have the Swiss Dental Academy, they even built a brand for that. And they have thousands of practitioners, students every year. And this has been a way for them to be on the market, to build a relationship with even more dentists worldwide, and to have a much earlier and deeper relationship with them, just instead of just promoting their machines. And what we see is that they have 80% of the market while being 4 times more expensive than the competition, and that when digital marketing started, it was about 10% of source of customers, and nowadays they've grown the whole ecosystem of the Swiss Dental Academy plus some all other initiatives on the brand, and now they're over 70% of the customers now are generated directly through marketing and not through sales. And one last example is Happy Vet. It's a pharma company for doing drugs for animals. And again, these people could just advertise to sell more product to vets. And what they've built in Switzerland, in partnership with some universities, is a platform to help vets in their well-being, in their career management, because apparently there were a lot of numbers about burnout and self-management issues and mental health in the vet space. And in that way, again, they were able to build a pretty big audience, to bring something of value in the market, and to build a relationship with their audience. All that to say, so we talk a lot about tech, about Martech. There are, of course, new tools, there are new approaches. Performance marketing is something which actually exists and which works in many cases, but now we need to balance it and maybe get back the common sense that if in marketing we're able to make something that is valuable for the audience, then the audience will probably give it back to us, or we will be able to create preference on the market. So if you have more interest into the B2B and the growth things, we have our book, which is now in pre-order, where we've talked about 150 Swiss companies who are also giving us some statement and their point of view on that. And we are here also in the next room if you want to come for a chat. And I thank you very much for your time and attention. I hope it's not too long. Thank you.